See, in Africa, death is not merely an ending. It's a passage. It's a sacred handover from the living to the ancestors. And with it come deeply held beliefs about the body, that it should remain whole, untouched, and complete. But modern medicine presents a powerful alternative, one where a single act after death, the donation of a cornea, can restore sight to somebody who's been living in darkness. Tonight, TV47's Faith Wangare explores the delicate intersection of culture, religion, and science, and asks a life-changing question: can vision continue after death?
Across Kenya, the demand for cornea transplant continues to rise sharply. Conditions such as keratocorneas, that is a corneal scarring from infections, injuries and complications following eye surgery, are leaving thousands blind. Yet despite this growing need, donated corneas remain critically scarce. In many African households, organ donation is viewed as foreign, frightening, or even sinful. Cultural beliefs warn against cutting the dead. Religious teachings often misunderstood, and mistrust of the medical system fuels hesitation. For patients with corneal disease, a condition untreatable by glasses or medication, transplantation remains the only proven path back to sight.
For some reason, mimi naona labda spiritually una need hizo vitu juu alisema hawezi ingia labda heaven kama una party yote fulani.
There's this notion that some people with beliefs that they cannot receive a donated organ from a person, or I cannot do such a kind of things. Maybe it's about beliefs, but I think for me, we should consider humanity.
Kama ni mimi naweza donate, nikikufa itolewe ipewe mtu mwingine ili aone juu mimi nimekufa, siwezi inisaidie tena.
TV47 was granted exclusive access to witness procedure many Kenyans have never seen, a cornea transplant surgery. The patient was Mercy Chege, a young woman whose vision had steadily deteriorated, robbing her of independence and dignity. Her hope now rested on a cornea donated by a family who, in their moment of grief, chose compassion. Inside the operating theatre, dressed in sterile gowns and guided by powerful surgical lights, preparation begins. The donated cornea is examined carefully for viability. At the same time, Mercy's eye is numbed, positioned, and stabilized. Before anything else, a moment of prayer. The theater falls silent, focused, serene. A nurse steps in, ensuring the surgeon is ready and wishing her well. The first critical step is precision. The surgeon marks the exact center of the damaged cornea, measuring and mapping the affected area. These measurements are matched perfectly to the donated tissue. Using microscopic accuracy, the diseased cornea is removed carefully, deliberately, ensuring no further damage is caused. The donated cornea is hydrated and gently placed into position. 16 delicate stitches secure it in place. Constant hydration keeps the eye protected throughout the process. In just under 45 minutes, the procedure is complete. The cornea is checked again. No gaps, no damage, a perfect fit. A new window to the world has been created. Watching that surgery reminds us of the incredible gift of the doctors and the priceless gift of the donors. Every cornea transplant does not just restore sight, but a new beginning to someone in need. And that is the case of Mercy, who just completed her surgery successfully. Let us take a moment to appreciate every transplant as we move on to the next part of the story. Mercy's gratitude echoes across the continent, where acceptance of donation remains slow.
I'm so happy. I can't just wait to come to this world. I don't know this other world of seeing with my both eyes.
Hospital leadership is clear. Kenya does not lack skilled surgeons, modern theatres, or eye bank infrastructures. What holds the system back is culture, deep-rooted beliefs about death, bodily illness, and fear of disturbing the spirit.
The majority of them come from the Hindu community in Kenya, in the cities of Nairobi, Kisumu, Nakuru, and Thika. It is the Hindu community that has actually embraced the culture of giving corneas, where we successfully go out and retrieve those limited corneas that we have and help those who need them at our hospital.
As a result, hospitals capable of restoring sight are often forced to turn patients away, not because they cannot operate, but because corneas are simply unavailable.
We are finding it extremely difficult to get people to willingly give their corneas after somebody passes away or after their loved ones pass away.
Behind every successful transplant is a quiet, meticulous work of an eye bank. So, what exactly is an eye bank? Christopher Mungala, the eye bank coordinator, oversees the sensitive process of cornea recovery, screening, preservation, and allocation.
We have the cornea, we have the white part is the iris, and then we have the major focus, which is the cornea. It's supposed to be clear. Cornea
retrieval must be done within 6 hours after death. Once retrieved, the tissue is preserved while blood tests are conducted to determine the donor's health status, a critical step in determining viability.
During retrieval, we retrieve a part of the sclera and then the cornea so that we don't touch this one. The sclera is the white part. Okay. So we have to cut at least 2 millimeters away from the limbus. This is from the cornea. That's up to here. Then we cut round. And then at least we can put it on the preservative. Once we put on the preservative, it's viable here. This is the cornea, the one like we've retrieved. It's viable to stay here for a period of 2 weeks, and 14 days, under 2 to 8 degrees. So these are called preservation media. It's supposed to be on the fridge, okay? So, but within that time, we're supposed to have utilized the tissue. Otherwise, the tissue will expire.
Cell count analysis follows, ensuring the cornea is healthy enough to restore sight.
We have to also check the cells and the tissue and the condition of the cornea itself, which the surgeon is the one who's responsible for checking whether there's defects on the tissue, whether foreign body, you see, there's folds, maybe edema, it's swollen, maybe there are exposure, which you get the cornea, maybe there's some cracks or something, you see. So they have to certify that this part is also suitable for transplantation.
Behind Mercy's restored vision is a family that made a painful but courageous decision, choosing generosity in the darkest moment of their lives.
Obviously, when you decide to be a donor, and it's not an easy decision, first of all. When they say that you want to be a donor, we have to consider a lot of social factors, religious factors, emotional factors.
Religious uncertainty also fuels hesitation. Yet, across faiths, leaders agree on one principle: saving life or restoring sight is an act of mercy.
Ni vigumu kwa sababu kwa tribe yetu hawezi fanya kitu kama hiyo, na ni vigumu sana kutoa pati yako ya mwili ili kupea mwenzako mwenye tayari ameshaenda, so inabidi tuone tu na pati zako zote ili at least kila kitu kwa kwa familia ikuwe comfortable. Unajua inaweza sumbua pia familia, kitu kingine pia inaweza ndoto pia, so hiyo pia inamaanisha pia kwa ndoto pia kuna mtu anaweza kama mimi naweza leta familia yetu ndoto kuna kitu fulani kwa mwili haiko, so hiyo pia ni changamoto kwa familia yetu pia.
One man who understands this miracle is Stephen Cheriot, MCA for Kepchamuto Ward and leader of majority in the Elgeyo Marakwet County Assembly. Before his transplant, Stephen lived in a blur, carrying out public duty while seeing only shadows.
Sometimes you might have resigned to your fate, but maybe that condition is a condition that can be resolved. Most causes of blindness can be avoided, and most cases of blindness in this country are things which can be corrected.
The government says increasing cornea donation requires more than just medicine. It demands policy support, public education, and national dialogue. Kenya has the technical capacity to restore sight, but awareness remains low. Many citizens are unfamiliar with donor rights, safeguards, and the power of informed consent. If a cornea leaves one body after death, but allows another person to see, if one life ends, yet another can see their children, their work, their world, is that not legacy? Is that not vision after death?
Routinely, we see quite a number of patients every day. If you ask us, we are actually putting 2 to 3 or maybe 4 or 5 patients in a day in the waiting list for transplant. So the requirement is quite high. Even young children as young as 2, 3 or even younger than that are waiting for transplants, and also the old age people. So all age groups are affected, but the conditions might be different. That what is the cause that they are requiring a transplant.
Cornea donation is a gift given as a new beginning to someone in need. The rise for donation has surpassed the number of donors in Kenya. Faith Wangare for TV 47, Nairobi.